Oh guys, matay kapoy ko kayo i-exercise ro kadrawa kay perting tugnawa sa gawas nya. Usahay kay tapulan nga ba. Pero unsaon man yung murag dapat makumit magita ni guys. So tanaw guys, ang atong attire pang basketball ug kining inner nga shirt nato pero importante maka-bike ta. So guys, karon akong himuon 45 minutes lang niya akong workout. Nya cycling ta mga kung na 20 minutes kana lang sa dayon mag-squat ta o kining leg exercises niya. Sabayan po nato gamay ang core ba para bugahi niya tong tiyan. Kay murag yat-yat pa kay ba? Yat-yat basta lang yat-yat. So, welcome guys sa ato ang episode karon niya. Paano na mo diha? Sige na mo ya diha. So, buhaton ako guys, dili na ko tanawon diha akong gagalingon. Marites ta. Tanawon na to ning basketball nga mga news ba. So magambak-ambak ta either Trump or basketball para malingaw ta. So mali ako himon guys nya. In fact, ang akong itanawon ron si Rachel Nichols og si kuan ining Colin Coherd. Agka. So, kita tag 20 minutes. Ganahan ako dito guys kay 20 minutes lang gud nga mga workout. Gud kinahanglan nga magara-gara ka diha. Di ba? So, stick ta ni Camila Ramon kay cute. So, cute ra tong tanawon. Handa ng mga dambuhala diha, mga baliw. Uy! Shit!
Remarkable season that LeBron is out of his mind. So that's not surprising. I look at things interesting because he's been banged up. So you're asking him, we're not in the best shape. Hey, there's a bunch of new guys. What was your take on the moment last night?
A moment is a great way to describe it because the fact that a game was happening was kind of beside the point.
So here we go guys. Sugod na ta.
Lakers were playing against a team. The Lakers were up the entire time. It was just basically a coronation party. No one had to stress about the result of the
Pang
game.
thumbnail na to.
It was just all about Luka. From the moment they laid those Luka shirts out in every seat for every fan, they played Serbian music, Alan, last night during warm-ups. And of course, he is announced last in the lineup.
I saw that.
And I asked Luka about it after the game. I said, when did you find that out?
Chika ba?
Was that mean?
So concentrate
I actually texted him in the morning.
Labay na to may phone na to diha skilled.
And I thought that was interesting.
Oh, yeah, na lang
because
na.
LeBron never said that to Anthony Davis. So that's one sort of side factor there. And the other side is that Luka said, I want to be last, which is kind of audacious and interesting too. Yeah, Luka did tell me that starting in the next game, LeBron gets his honor back as far as Luka is concerned. But I thought that was interesting all the way around and kind of tells you a little bit about the future of the franchise.
Players really deeply care about that stuff.
Oh, yes. Of course they do. All the stuff they shouldn't care about, they care about.
Wow. It's when I look at Luka, the conditioning, the defense, he's been banged up. Obviously, giving up Anthony Davis, Christie, and one first-round pick is not nearly enough. Yeah. Did that catch? I mean, it caught everybody, including Dallas insiders, off guard, didn't it?
Oh, shocking is the only word.
I know. I went and looked the day after for Dallas reports on it may happen. There were none.
Zero. No one knew. Everyone was shocked. Danny Ainge participated in the trade from Utah, facilitating the trade, and he didn't know during the trade as it was happening. No one knew. And I will tell you, I think all of the sort of damage control that Dallas has tried to do since, with the public statements about Luka's conditioning and work ethic, with the private leaks that they've had sort of to the same effect, I don't think it was helped them at all. I don't think there is ever a justification for trading Luka Doncic.
Yes.
Generational talent.
Let's go.
He's been a prodigy since age 11.
So, resistance
You have to just own that you're
30.
going to do it. Say what you mean. Stop trying to denigrate him and his future. and get a better deal for him. Because
Cadence 100.
is so appalling to so many Dallas fans. It's so mystifying for NBA insiders. Doing a one-team trade where you didn't even talk to anyone else, where you didn't even get all of their assets, is so crazy.
Cheers to, grabe di.
When the guy that you were
Grabe
so
ni Runo.
adamant on trading for, Anthony Davis,
Dicho.
has an injury history. You know, it wasn't a shock when he got hurt the other night. It obviously was bad luck, but it wasn't a shock. Colin, if you look back at the percentage of games that Luka Doncic and Anthony Davis have played for their respective teams, the Lakers in the time AD has been there, and the Mavericks in the time Luka has been there. Luka has played about 70% of the regular season games he was able to play, even being, quote, out of condition. Anthony Davis, 55% during his Lakers tenure. That's a huge swap you're making as if you're the Dallas Mavericks.
And Anthony Davis is older by several years.
31.
The Mark Williams move, listen, he's missed more games than he's played. I saw him at Duke. And I just remember long, athletic, nice little touch around the rim. You know, a guy that's going to develop over time. I thought he was perfect. A little bit like Robert Williams in Celtics. I'm not sure if he's going to be available for 4 games in a 7-game series. But when he's available, he changes the chemistry of the defense, right? If you remember Robert Williams against the Warriors in the final when he played, Golden State was kind of flummoxed about he couldn't score the rim. So I thought it worked. They didn't pass the physical. Now, J-Mac had said this earlier. Is this one of these things where there's a story where LeBron didn't love how much power Luka had in the move and Luka had a say? Or is this just the physical went sideways on Mark Williams?
I mean, we don't know what was going on inside the Lakers front office, why they decided to rescind the trade. And the reason we don't know is they don't have to say. And this is a fascinating aspect of these NBA rules. That when the guy comes over, you give him a physical, it can be a hangnail. You can say, I don't like the way he looked at the eye chart. So you have the power as the trade partner to not only rescind the trade, you are now marking Mark Williams as damaged goods to the rest of the league, right? So you are distressing Charlotte's asset. And what if Charlotte had made a subsequent trade to back up the fact that they didn't have Mark Williams anymore and had approved that trade themselves? And then they would be stuck having given away some of their assets to replace a guy that ended up back on their bench. So it is all within NBA rules. The Lakers did nothing wrong. However, it is an interesting situation that the Lakers have put Charlotte in, and with the reporting right now that Charlotte is going to the NBA and saying, hey, something's fishy here, they don't have any recourse because of what the NBA rules are right now. But it does bring up a situation that we should all keep watching because it's possible this gets addressed in the next CBA or something like that.
Okay, I don't know. I do think Jimmy Butler makes the Warriors more interesting, and I do think they needed a 2 for Steph. Hodge isn't there, Draymond's only 3 at this point in his career, so I think it works. He's also kind of the opposite of Steph. He's about defense, mid-range. He's not ball handling in threes. There was a little bit, though, and I had said this a month ago, I'm like, they need Jimmy Butler, because I watch Warrior games, when Steph's off the floor, they're boring. They're not fun to watch. And people, this is the Bay Area, new arena, they are charging top of the league, and it's like, it's not a very good product. Did it hint at desperation, or do you think this is something they willingly did and just thought, hey, it's going to give us some playoffs?
I think they were desperate. I think they basically acknowledged as such in the days leading up to the deadline. And I think this does make the end of Steph's tenure in Golden State much more palatable.
Yeah.
Does it make them a contender? Absolutely not. But they maybe weren't even going to make the playoffs this year. Which would be just embarrassing. With Steph Curry playing as well as he is still playing, being required to carry the load the way he has been required to play for the first 2/3 of the season. Now, if he has an off night, if he can't play, Jimmy Butler can ostensibly go in and lead the team and put the team on his shoulders. So that makes just a huge difference for them. It's going to make those games for those fans much more fun. It's going to make the games for fans more fun, which is important as a franchise. You want to reward
He's an intense player that's fun to watch.
100%. And you don't want this to turn into at the end of his career where he's dragging his 21 team around. You want this to be a fun, functional team, even if you're not a contender. Steph's won 4 titles. If he leaves without winning another one, he's going to still go down as one of the greatest players of all time and one of the most accomplished.
Yeah.
So what we really want to do in this stretch is make this fun and make it respectful of him and what he deserves.
So, I think I talked about this. When James Dolan went all in on the sphere. He kind of got out of the basketball world for a couple of years, and the Knicks really built a formidable front office. They made a lot of good moves. I mean, I like everything the Knicks have done for 2 years. But I have watched them, and I watched the last game. I watched them play Boston twice and get bulldozed. It's not competitive. They don't have the scoring options. That game against Boston the other night was over 4 minutes. Like the front office. And I guess my take is Boston's the best team in the league. I bet anything they're going to get. What's New York going to do? They're not going to beat Boston in the 7-game series. Where is New York? You got McHale, you got Jalen, you got Karl Anthony Towns. There was a lot of rumors Karl Anthony got there to get to another deal. I still think Giannis is a swing eventually. Where are the Knicks in their rebuild? I think to this point, you have to be overjoyed outside of games against the Celtics on what New York has done.
Let's not forget, the Celtics are a historically good team. What they did last year was literally historic, had never been done before, and then they won the finals in dominant fashion. And just because they hit a little bit of a lull this season, you see all kinds of champions have a little bit of hangover. It's 82 games, you're bored in the middle of the season, no matter what you say. Doesn't mean they're not still a historically good team when it matters, and against the Knicks, trust me, it matters. They're motivated. So we see the difference there. I think the Knicks have done a terrific job, as you said. I like the moves that they made in the summer. It was a lot to give up for Bridges, but I like Bridges, and I like his fit there once he got comfortable. I just don't think they're as good as Boston. And there's a chance they could sneak into the finals anyway. No one expected Dallas to get into the finals last year. No one expected Miami to get into the finals the 2 times they've been in the last 5 years. So it could happen. They're just not the favorites. I would put them behind Cleveland and Boston in terms of the favorites to reach the final. And I think they'll just have to keep developing with this core. And yeah, if Giannis comes up down the road, Giannis made an interesting comment after the Doncic trade. He said, yeah, because I think all European superstars should play in big markets. Guys should play in New York.
That's what it feels like to me. It does. It feels like and I like Karl Anthony. Little quirky, little inconsistent, terrific, very gifted offensive player.
And flourishing there.
Yeah, no, shooting great threes. So I want to go back to the Dallas Mavericks. So this has been my theory. Okay, I'm going to lay this out.
Give it, go.
Okay. So I called somebody that has known Nico, the GM of the Mavericks, for 22 years.
Yeah.
And I said he made the Kyrie deal, and it worked. He made a great trade deadline deal. It worked. He drafted the kid out of Duke lightly. I'm like, and he rose very quickly in Nike, the shoe giant in North America, right? 20, 30 years. Has a lot of success. He can't just get done. They've got new owners, and my belief was, especially when they only got 1 draft pick, is that he found a trade partner. He knew Luka. The Lakers know they can re-sign him. I mean, you're not going to send him to the Lakers. So it was a limited trade. They should have more than 1 team. My take is to only get Christie, AD, and a draft pick. At some point, you were just told, get it done. Now, I am, according to Dallas insiders, it is just a low move. It's hard for me to believe the new owners staring down the barrel at the new max contract of $75 million a year, double Mulholland's almost, didn't have some influence in this deal.
I mean, look, it's possible, but a number of people would have to be covered in one. So maybe they all are, but Nico has described a series of events as he went to ownership. Ownership has described a series of events as Nico came to them. There's been insiders quoted among connected reporters saying he went in that direction. So anything's possible, of course, but I do think it originated with Nico. I don't think Nico's done it all. I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and I've known him for decades.
His career, even his moves just in Dallas, have been pretty damn aging.
But I do think that as an organization, just like in any organization, in any field, you can get a little inside yourselves, right? And sort of something becomes a problem. Then it becomes the only problem that everyone talks about. Then finding solutions becomes the key. And then it's like, well, who has an outside of the box solution? And then if you have that outside of the box solution, and you know you're about to do something that will link the fan base, you do tend to go to the trade partner you're most comfortable with. He known about Kobe for decades himself. They had a very long and close relationship with Kobe Bryant. So it might urge you, even if you are in no stretch of the imagination, to go by to go toward that sort of, I can trust this guy, I know that Rob's one of the few guys in the NBA who won't leak this. All sorts of parameters that make it the best decision for Nico in that moment to only go to Rob and the Lakers, but it was not the best decision for the franchise overall, and it's just possible circumstance obscured that plan. I know that the Lakers were saying, hey, we got to hold back one of those first round picks because we don't know for sure that Luka will
Rachel
sign, and
Nichols.
you're saying maybe that would have dampened the trade
Rachel
market.
Nichols.
Now Mavericks traded for Kyrie Irving, who was going to be a free agent just months later, and who had a terrible reputation at the time. Teams trade for people.
Yeah.
Toronto traded for Kawhi Leonard, knowing that he was almost definitely not going to stay. Guess what? They won a title out of it. I guarantee you, if you had called every team about Luka Doncic, even the teams in Detroit, where he wasn't going to sign.
Streams, you've been watching great.
Long-term deal. I'd say 90% of them would have still put together a package to trade for him anyway. And you could have gotten a better deal if you're Dallas. It's just inarguable. And the fact that they are facing this much backlash anyway tells me it wasn't a situation where, oh, well, at least they avoided all the fan backlash by doing it this way. They didn't. I think that they have done irreparable harm in their relationship with the fan base, and I think they are only starting to discover that. This is a Dallas fan base that thrives on loyalty, that is used to dirt, and had a setup and an influence from Mark Cuban about the way this team is going to operate, and they feel very betrayed.
Okay, so J-Mac mentioned this. I saw this last night. Dirk Nowitzki was at Crypto.
Oh, yes, he was.
So was that symbolic?
He said that he wanted to be there for Luka, that they got legitimately close, and that he wanted to be there. He said, I'm still a Mavs for life. He's I'm still loyal to the Mavs. He made that point, Dirk did, but it's not nothing that he was sitting there with Luka as opposed to sitting in the arena in Dallas. Not nothing.
You know what I feel bad for? Dalton Connect.
You know what? I think Dalton Connect has to be the happiest guy on the planet right now. I understand he was on the bench last night and looked a little disoriented. I just want you to imagine you're Dalton Connect for a minute. You get drafted. You get drafted to the Lakers, which you didn't even really expect. You weren't necessarily on the board for that. You walk in, you're playing for the LA Lakers, you become a little bit of a cult hero the way sharpshooting rookies always do, right? Fans love you. You're playing with LeBron James, you got the Bronny show going on next to you, you got all the stuff going on. Then you trade for Luka Doncic. Hey, Mom, I'm going to spend the next however many years of my career in a Laker uniform, living in Los Angeles, playing with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. And all of a sudden you get a phone call, 48 hours later, by the way, you're going to Charlotte, and who knows what's going to happen to you after that? Then they rescind the trade. I understand some people might feel a certain kind of way about being traded away by their team and then call it back, but if I'm Dalton Connect, I'm nothing but happy.
You know, the other thing is the Lakers now are a very young, dynamic offensive team. Austin's young, Dalton's young, Luka's young, Jackson Hazel semi-young. When I watched them last night, my take was, oh, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
The Lakers are fun to watch. A lot of good energy. They need a rim protector, but I kind of felt like AD and LeBron was a little bit of a train to nowhere. I felt like, well, LeBron's older, AD gets hurt. Austin Reeves could end up a lot of times being the number 2 guy on the floor. I'm like, that doesn't feel like anything. Like, I'm watching last night and I'm like, a Dalton Connect plays, you got a catch and shoot guy, athletic guy, like, they're fun now.
There wasn't a feeling prior to this trade that the Lakers were headed to the Western Conference.
Exactly.
And now you can make that case. Now, what is going to happen when they hit Denver and you got Nikola Jokic in the middle and no one can
Yeah,
do
but Denver can't defend.
Well, I was going to say, but what is going to happen when you hit Oklahoma City? But Denver has defensive problems of its own, and Oklahoma City doesn't have huge frontline, situation here either. So
Hurt a lot, yeah.
he's back now, but he is more frail, I would say, than some of the other, real big forces in the NBA in the West. The Timberwolves are not what they were last season. So I think there's a lane there. I still wouldn't call them the favorite in the West, but I definitely think it's going to be interesting. I was at that game last night, Colin. And there was a substitution where they said, and now for LeBron James, Luka Doncic. And just that idea that if they wanted to, the Lakers could play either Luka or LeBron for 48 straight minutes, often both of them. It's crazy. And whatever their other deficiencies are defensively, I still have some worries LeBron might run out of gas at some point. I don't think he's going to be able to play at the level he's been playing this last month for the next 6 months straight. But no matter what, the idea that you can have games where one of them is on the floor and likely more, much more of the time both of them for the entire game, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
No, it's fun to watch. Rachel Nichols has Polo, great team.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm here to get the latest from exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks.
5 seconds.
Whew.
It's really hard.
20 seconds left. 2. Here we go.
Swaggy, you were in the building. Can you just show the fans your Lucas shirt? I just see the aura. Just blowing right now. It matches Brandon's step shoes, so yeah. When they give us the Lakers 30 in a year and a half from now, it'll be an easy combination. Swaggy, you were in the building. Who were your first impressions of Luka in his Lakers debut?
Oh, man. I was a little mad they played the Jazz because you couldn't really see too much. It was
Jazz, much better than the record indicated.
easy, Everybody liked to score when you play the weak team.
A tough, non-winning juggernaut in the Western Conference.
They're a good team.
They are a good team.
Listen, for minute restriction, that's what you want the first game to be.
See, I didn't know there was a minute restriction. Like, the crowd usually mad because they had kept them out.
The first game back with the Eagles, tough Jazz squad, playing Thursday basketball. But I said 14 points, 14.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
4.5 is kind of hard to get. Everybody scoring is easy. LeBron doing him. Minute restriction. But I see the first game, sorry.
Look, very slender.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cemetery Larry, you were watching the game with us on playback. We're very shout out to the People's Champ Paul Wall. Cemetery Larry, you're watching the game with us on playback at our watch party. We're quiet at points. Also gave us a great tour of the trenches in the facility. But what did you think about Luka in the first game of the Lakers?
I think he should have waited. I think he's still lingering, trying to get back to full recovery. So rushing him back, man, he's not going to give us his all. I think he was still kind of nervous a little bit. Overall, though, a rejuvenated LeBron James can help everybody out there look different. So just him looking different out there, Luka didn't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He stole the show like I told you. I told you, easy. I'm number one till I get it, but I don't know what this whole number 2 get the keys up is. That shit is dead.
We've already said Luka's the face of
LeBron James. LeBron will always be my.
LeBron is rolling out there.
Until I leave, you think Kobe was ever gonna hand over another to somebody? Until I got out of here.
Seems like LeBron more than willing to do it. Like I said, text Luka before the game, told him whatever you want.
Shit. I gotta make that shit.
Man, 40, dog. That's what I'm
You can't have my side piece. I'm done with him. Huh? You can't have my side piece till I'm done with him.
You want no ministry, it's nothing like.
That's the piece, though. You're always
Yeah, I'm gonna pass him. I'm gonna pass him, but I ain't done yet. I ain't done with him.
Man, 40, trust me.
I got a better chance of winning being number 2 right now. This one. Who? Bron. Nah.
Play different.
I got a better chance of
We'll
winning.
get the credit, you need to get out of here.
Mr. B,
gotta leave.
former Lakers fan, making your way back onto the bandwagon. The Luka bandwagon? I'm happy for Luka. But you're not happy for I just want Luka. I mean, if Luka's playing well and playing great, you guys are winning. So, just want him to play well. Show the world that the Europeans are the best players in the league.
So you done the Lakers then?
This is a European with me. Like, we support Europeans on this show. You know what I'm saying? The Europeans are dominating the league, so this is a European thing. The European has to come to the Lakers and save. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you do that?
No, it's also
Don't you do that?
it's like just a loop of things, but you don't care about the Lakers. You know, I'm trying to figure that part out.
It's like I like it, but it's like this European came over here and saved JJ Redick's job. Like, that's crazy. How that work? Let me go do a podcast with Bron, sit here and do the plays, and then you go, damn.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. I mean, are they trying to write the story already? Like, well, I mean, the script has been written, bro. I mean, just come out and say it.
Oh shit.
Oscar worthy. Come out and say it, like.
I should be wearing a ski mask, bro.
You say it, okay. But I get it, though. I mean, you know, like I said, the Europeans gotta go to a big market team.
They don't.
Why not?
I'm not going to disrespect the Europeans. I love one European.
We support at least one team.
So it's Luka.
Yes, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, kamu diha sugod na mo bunan-bunan diha. Sugod na mo giyo diha. So, na ako ganiya sa meeting ba, medical.
Here's the difference between
Usa sa mga questions on the table kining grabe karon ang business sa pharmaceutical. Number one, kining mga medication for obesity, ang mga paniwang. Ano nga daghan, mga diabetes, ana, o kining sex. So, ipangutana unsa may kusog, sex pill or kining obesity pill. Kamo ko no, sa inyong tubagya. Balugaon sa itubag, obesity. Kay bisag unsaon nimo giinom og sex pill kung dako ka, tambo ka, wag gyapon ka sa sex, di gyapon ka kahimo. Ano man? Low man imong libido. Low ang imong kining energy, imong blood circulation. So, ang mahitabo nimo wag gyud kay ayo. So, ang point ani guys is kung ma-maintain nimo imong lawas, maubos nimo imong timbang. Happy ka. Happy ang imong asawa. So, mo na point dia. So, it boils down sa imong timbang. So, karon, bisan pagganahan ka og sex, di ka kahimo kay dako ka, pinimong dako wa kay confidence, kung ikay babae, you feel so pangit imong pagkuan sa imong kagalingon. So ayo diha po ayo, di ba? So karon guys, try to think about it. Kay at the end of the day, ang imo yung timbang mo atong paubson. Ang organize key sa tanan. Muna siya. So tama. Balik Alindog is a solution. Possible solution. So balikan ninyo. Dagdagan mo diya, lako-laka mo diya sa mall. You will be fine.
We're not afraid of Joker anymore.
Should be.
They should be. Y'all still ain't got nobody to guard. They should be.
I guess. Let's go. Thank you. So,
Yeah, this will be a lot of that. We watch the game on playback. What are your initial impressions? Luka? No, shit. You tell the truth. Woo! What's that? Is that 6 in a row for us? That is 6 in a row, I believe. No, the last game. No. 10 out of the last 11. Excuse me. Relax. 10 out of the last 11 of the last 13 as well. Sorry. That's before. That's before. Number one defense in the league. During that. That's before. 15. The Lakers? Yeah. Number one defense in the league. That's before. This is what we were already. Right. You know, what saved his ass in games. I'm in the West right now. I don't care why you buy the ticket, brother. Just buy the ticket. I'm gonna go in there for my second, third ball. I don't care why you're there. Get the ball in 77. Everybody get the ball. Everybody get the
Get the hell out the way.
Get out of the way. We're
Long as he get his.
the face of the franchise, Luka Doncic. I think
Face of the NBA now.
That's why you should have waited till after the break.
Huh?
I don't think you should have waited till after the break to play.
Like shit.
We gave him 2 more days.
I think trying to get a couple. You got Jazz, and then who else? All-Star break. Yeah, Hornets coming out.
Yo guys, naghanap ka ba ng bagong workout na gagawin mo araw-araw pagkagising mo sa umaga? Syempre, ito na ang ating workout for today. Syempre, una, warm up mo muna yan, jogging. Tapos, i-refresh mo ang iyong katawan ni kailangan. So, first workout natin ay ang tawag dito ay ear squat. Okay, bakit ko tinawag na ear squat? Kasi hawakan mo yung ears.
Ear squat po guys.
Ear squat ka. 30 repetitions lang to guys. Kung di mo kaya 30, pwedeng 20. So, pwede mong gawin to araw-araw pagkagising mo sa umaga. Napakadali lang ito guys. So, ayan, kung gusto mo, mag-jogging ka muna siguro ng mga 15 minutes. O kaya mo ka lang ng 15 minutes. Tapos, dumiretso ka agad sa ating squat. Ang target area nito guys sa ating butt at sa ating quads. Okay? Kung hindi ka nakapunta ng gym, lalo na kung busy ka sa work, pwede mo gawin to every morning. Okay, hindi masamang gawin to every morning kasi baka may magsabi sa inyo, masama yung gawin every morning, hindi pwedeng araw-araw gawin ang mga workout na ganyan. So, pwede po ako na nagsasabi sa inyo. Okay, so ito, malakas makaburn ng calories. Siyempre, para bumilis din ang ating metabolism at hindi tayo tumaba kung sakaling mapakain tayo mamayang gabi. Okay, so after nyan, pahinga ng 15 seconds. Ayan, jogging. 15 seconds. Warm galaw-galaw. Tuloy-tuloy ito guys ha. Tuloy-tuloy ito. Huwag tayong iinto sa paggalaw dahil ang paggalaw natin ay importante. Ayan. So next natin ay, ang tawag dito ay high knees. Okay, high knees. Kung makikita nyo parang nag-jogging pero naka-steady position lang ako. Nandito lang ako sa isang area. Okay, kung wala kang masyadong kapag-jogging sa bahay nyo, pwede mo gawin ito. Kahit nasa kusina ka, pwede mo gawin ito. Okay, ang count nito 30 seconds dito. Kung kaya mong gawin 1 minute, syempre, mas okay. Tandaan nyo, mas matagal, mas maganda. Pero syempre, kung beginner ka pa lang at medyo nahihirapan ka mga ganitong workout, pwede mo gawin ito. Napakadali lang. Okay, so pahinga konti. Pahinga ng konti, 5 seconds. Ayan, may nakapagod yan. At medyo umulan dito, medyo nabasama ng ulan, pero tuloy lang tayo sa pag-grind. Next workout natin, ang tinatawag na jumping jacks. Okay, 20 to 30 seconds during gagawin to. Grabe guys, ultimate fat burn to. Araw-araw mo gawin to. Kung hindi ka makapunta sa gym, busy ka, di ba? Tinatamad ka minsan. So, pwede ko araw-araw. So, ayan, nandito lang ako sa parking at ako ay nag-jogging kasi medyo busy tayo ngayon at medyo may bagyo, medyo ulan. Minsan, mahirap pumunta ng gym. So, ito na. Nag-workout na ako dito sa labas namin. Okay, so jogging ulit. Then after nyan, ang next natin ay steady lunges. Okay, napakadali lang. Ganito lang gagawin mo. Pero, napakadali, di ba? Tayo ka lang dyan, tapos kumari nag-step-step ka. Tawag dito ay steady lunges, 20 to 30 repetitions yung gagawin to. Maganda rin to sa ating butt at sa ating quads. Okay, siyempre meron din tama to sa ating hamstring, sa likod ng ating legs. Siyempre, total neto, full body lahat to, malakas makaburn ng calories ang workout na ginawa natin ngayon. So, kung nag-iisip ka talaga ng workout, at gusto mo na mag-workout, at hindi ka makalabas araw-araw pwede mo. Yo guys, gusto ko ba ng vlog or workout na gagawin mo araw-araw mag-iisip? So, siyempre, ito na ang ating workout for today. Jogging, tapos i-refresh mo ang iyong katawan. First workout natin ay ear, ang tawag dito ay ear squat. Okay, bakit tinawag na ear squat? Kasi hawakan mo yung ears mo dito habang nag-iisip.
Ear squat guys. Do it as you listen.
So pwede mo gawin ito araw-araw pag nag-iisip mo sa umaga. Napakadali lang ito guys. So ayan, kung gusto mo mag-jogging ka na siguro ng 15 minutes. So kaya mo ka lang ng 15 minutes. Tapos dumiretso ka agad sa ating squat. Ang target area nito guys sa ating butt at sa ating quads. Okay, pwede na ako na ng gym, lalo na kung busy ka sa work, pwede mo gawin ito every morning. Okay, hindi masamang gawin to every morning kasi mas may magsabi sa inyo, masama yan gawin every morning. Hindi pwedeng araw-araw gawin ang mga workout yan. So, pwede po ako na nagsasabi sa inyo. Okay, so ito, malakas makaburn ng calories. Siyempre, para mabilis din ang ating metabolism, hindi tayo tumaba kung sakaling mapakain tayo mamayang gabi. Okay, so after nyan, pahinga na 15 seconds. Ayan, jogging muna ako ng 15 seconds. Warm galaw-galaw. Tuloy-tuloy ito guys ha. Tuloy-tuloy ito. Huwag tayong hihinto sa paggalaw dahil ang paggalaw natin ay importante yan. So next natin ay, ang tawag dito ay high knees. Okay, high knees. Makikita nyo para kung nag-jogging pero naka-steady position lang.
Kunya na ta mo jogging.
Sa isang area. Okay, kung wala kang masyadong jogging sa bahay nyo, pwede mo gawin to. Kahit sa kusina na pwede mo gawin to. Ayan o. Okay, ang count tempo, 30 seconds dito. Kung kaya mo gawin mag-minute, syempre, mas okay. Tandaan nyo, mas matagal, mas maganda. Pero syempre, kung pinigyan ka wala at medyo nahirap ako sa mga ganitong workout, pwede mo gawin to. Napakadali lang. Okay, so pahinga konti. Pahinga lang konti, 5 seconds. Ayan, medyo nakapagod yan. At medyo umuulan dito, medyo nabasa ko ng ulan. Pero tuloy lang tayo sa mag-grind. At next workout natin, jumping jump. 30 seconds nyo rin gagawin to. Grabe guys, ultimate fat burn to. Araw-araw mo gawin to. Hindi ka makapagod sa gym. Basic ka, diba? Tinatamad ka minsan. So, pwede mo gawin na to araw-araw.
Sakit akong braso guys. Ani lang ko ha. Dili lang full motion. Na ako injury sa akong left shoulder. Sakit.
Okay, so jogging ulit. And after that, ang next natin ay steady lunges. Okay, napakadali lang. Ganito lang gagawin mo. Ayan, napakadali, di ba? Tayo ka lang dyan, tapos kumari, step-step ka. Tawag dito ay steady lunges, 20 to 30 repetitions nyo din gagawin ito. Maganda rin to sa ating butt at sa ating quads. Okay? Siyempre, meron din tama to sa ating hamstring, sa likod ng ating legs. Siyempre, total neto, full body lahat to, malakas ng calories ang workout na ginawa natin ngayon. So, kung nag-iisip ka talaga ng workout at gusto mo na mag-workout at hindi ka makalabas ng bahay, pwede mong gawin to kahit nasa kargaan. Araw-araw, pwede mong gawin. Yung guys, naghanap ka ba ng bagong workout? Araw-araw mag-isip. Siyempre, pwede na ang ating workout for today. Siyempre, warm up ka muna at jogging-jogging. Tapos, i-refresh mo ang iyong first workout natin ay ear, ang tawag dito ay ear squat. Okay, bakit ko tinawag? Ito ay ear squat.
So guys, mga to. Mag-tiyan ko pero ayun na sa ko tanawa. Kamu na po niya. Okay guys, mga to, salamat.